Welcome back, RealVacantLand.com. This is Luke Smith. I've got another property for you. This one is in Camden, Arkansas. It's the Osheta County, and I'm asking $499 for this land. It's got a street right behind me here. There's a street and a power line. You can see the power line going by, and there's a bunch of trees. 499 bucks. That gets you the recording. That gets the taxes paid off if there's any. And it's probably $7 or $10 or something in taxes, and I'll pay that. And you get some land for $499. Where else can you buy a piece of land for $499? Not just one. I've got like whole maybe over 100 of them at that price to choose from. I'm not exactly sure, but I got a lot of them. Let's take a look at this one. Let me throw it on the screen. So I'm going to RealVacantLand.com. This is Luke Smith. Got my name and number up here, Luke Smith, phone number. And I've got 499 bucks, all the details of the property right here. We've got some pictures. This thing is, you can look at these pictures by going to the description of this video. It'll take you back to my website, my little meager website here, RealVacantLand.com, selling land all across the country. So here's the town. This is Camden, and there's a Walmart on one side of town. There's a bunch of churches and funeral homes over by the Walmart. There's UPS. You're on the side of town where there's a UPS. What else do they have? Sandbars, bar and grill. So they've got this, the taste of heaven soul food. If I was looking at places to go, I'd try that one first. Taste that right here, right by soul food, right on the river. So the river goes by, there's the Osheta River, and so this thing is on the river. There's like an oxbow kind of bend going on in the river here. And so this town's all built around the river, like on the bluff, looking over the river. It's supposed to be a beautiful river. I bet you there's some good fishing in there. And, so we've got Dollar General down here. So you see some different stuff. We'll pull up some maps. This city, I was just reading about it a little bit because I don't know much about Camden. It sounded like in the 40s and 50s it went from like 7,000 or 8,000 people to like 15,000 people. And so there was a boom going on in the 40s and 50s. Yeah, 40s and 50s. It was taking off, like small town America, kind of action going like after the war. They had a bunch of easy finance to go build houses. A lot of people are building houses after the war. And this town seemed to get a lot of them. And then from the 80s to now, it's kind of gone back from like 15,000 to like 10,000. So not as far back as it was before that boom, but it's shrunk. So you've got a lot of cheap assets, infrastructure and stuff here in town. Like you could go rent an office or store, you want to set up a restaurant or something, like all that kind of infrastructure, I mean, it's dirt cheap. You can just go for it. I'm here in Southern California. I couldn't imagine going to rent an office, and maybe times are changing, but a town like this, you want to rent an office, maybe you're an attorney, you want to have a little legal practice, or I don't know what you do someone's hair, a hairdressing salon. Like you can have your own place in a town like this because the rents are cheap. Real estate's cheap. This land is really cheap. Tebow's Lounge. You can get some drinks at Tebow's Lounge. I bet you that's some fun music. A couple different, look at this. Church, funeral home, church, cemetery, big cemeteries. But the town's happening. I mean, it's 10,000 person town. That's what you get. Probably get to know a lot of the people pretty quick. There's a park over here, Sandy Beach Park. I'd want to check that out too. So we'll zoom in. And I've owned a couple properties around this. I'm not sure if I own them anymore, but if you look on the website, Osheta County, you might see some of the other neighboring properties on there. So let's take the little Google dude over here. The little Google dude, let's see what it looks like. So this is one side of the street. So the land's probably on a hill because we're looking at the wrong side of the street. This is not my property, but this side is my property. So we've got the woods over here. Looks like the vines are going nuts. And there's a street light. There's a transformer right there, so you could hook up. You could probably cut some bush, maybe push some dirt around a little bit, or maybe just put a mobile home on blocks. You could probably back a mobile home in there, block it up so it's flat, skirt it so nobody complains. You probably got a house. You go hook into this power line here, put a septic in the back. I don't know if there's sewer or not. You have to ask. I don't know. Might be septic, might be sewer. Not exactly sure. It's probably septic. So there you go, 499 bucks. We got to buy it now on the website. You could click the buy it now and title. Oh, this says 599. I'll have to fix that. So it says 499 on the front. So I'll change it to 499. So fill it out here. Make sure it says 499, not 599, and go for it. Click, 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 click. Okay. I'll do the paperwork to make it happen. So here's a bunch of different information about the area. Okay, go look at the land, guys. Go out there. It's beautiful out. Nobody's on the roads. Gas prices like cheap as it can be. Arkansas doesn't have the lockdown going on that other places like California and everywhere but like Wyoming and Arkansas are wide open for business, right? So Arkansas, go there, have fun, go to the bar, go to the restaurants because they're still open, and just go for it. Luke Smith, RealVacantLand.com. Talk to you later. Bye.